That wouldn't happen to be for the guy at VTA that Neighborhood Watch may commit suicide, would it?
Pardon?
Neighborhood Watch's community watch program made another guy at the VTA commit suicide. I was just wondering if that's for that, who that is.
No, that's my uncle.
Huh?
No, this is somebody else.
Okay, you guys have a good day, all right?
Uncle, you too.
Hey, my friend. You know about the guy that committed suicide at the VTA?
Could you repeat that, please?
You know about the guy that committed suicide at the VTA?
When was that?
Behind this community watch program?
Was that like right now, recently?
Yeah, just the one that happened about a week ago.
I didn't hear about that yet.
Yeah, you heard about the one that killed the 9 people though, right?
9 people?
Yeah, the VTA workers, the community.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Aren't the light rails still shut down from that?
Oh no, they're still running. You know, another guy committed suicide from the VTA a week ago.
Was it just him this time?
It was just him this time.
Well, at least it wasn't as bad as the other guy. Huh?
Yeah, it wasn't as bad. That's a good thing. But I mean, just the harassment program alone, right? Do you know anything about this harassment program going on?
In the VTA?
Well, they call that workplace mobbing. The VTA has a harassment program that's connected with San Jose Police Department called Community on Watch, Community on Patrol, Community. It's really community harassment, but they community watch, all types of these community watch programs.
Wait, so who particularly is being harassed?
Well, they're picking and choosing who they harass. A lot of people, all these mass shootings going on.
Writers or?
How many mass shootings have gone on in San Jose this year that you know of? I know of at least 3.
No, for sure. Well,
I know of at least 3.
At least that one. I'm sure there's more.
A lot more.
Yeah.
These people are going around and harassing them until they feel like they, have to kill their harassers and then kill themselves just to get peace. It's some real fucked up shit, man. These like neighborhood watch. They're the real fucking terrorists out here, man.
I would think a person that would do something like that has got to have some serious problems to begin with, though.
Psychological problems, right?
Maybe the harassment could be an extra flame under the fire, but I certainly wouldn't call that the cause. You know what I'm saying? It's, if you're going to blame anybody, blame the person that pulled the trigger.
You have to be a certain type of individual. But I mean, the person that pulled the trigger. But what about the guy going around, showing his gun to people and scaring people? You got to be scared of those people too. You got to worry about those people too.
Okay, he's responsible for his own behavior.
Right.
Just like the person who actually pulled the trigger is responsible for his own behavior. Right. But not someone else's.
True.
Right.
True. Okay, so let me ask you this. If the guy that killed those 9 people were harassing him for years and years, and every time he tried to say something about it, they just blew it off, people blew it off, do you think that, how do you feel that he has the right to do what he did?
To commit murder? No.
To commit. So if you were going against a lot of harassment, you're back against the wall. Not just verbal harassment, but psychological harassment and physical harassment. You wouldn't defend yourself if the police didn't defend you. I'm saying if this guy was, no, there's no way you can put yourself in a different situation. When you're in this program, the only way you can put yourself in a different situation is if you join.
Well, that's not the only place he possibly could have worked.
Right, but if it follows you, if he was being harassed there and he goes to another job and gets harassed, what is that?
Okay.
It follows you. See, this program, it follows.
Statements are a little vague. I'm gonna need some more detail.
Okay, so for instance, you get put on a watch list.
Let me shut off what I got going so I can hear you.
Okay, so you get put on a watch list, and instead of people just watching you and surveilling you, they're giving you all types of verbal harassment. they're shooting at you with electronic weapons, like shit that the military is supposed to have. You ever heard of Voice to Skull? The voice of God, the same thing they did in Baghdad, where they made the so-called enemy throw down their weapons because it was the voice of God. They said it was Allah, and they really thought it was Allah.
Okay.
They're using those weapons on American citizens.
That kind of stuff isn't developed.
No, it's fully developed. They're testing it on American citizens. They're driving people crazy and making people commit suicide by using these weapons.
That certainly wouldn't be the first time we've been tested on. That's
Tuskegee, you know about Tuskegee, right?
Yeah.
And all the other ones.
That was a huge black eye on our government, I think.
Yeah. And people still trust our government, though.
Well.
Do you trust our government?
Yeah, in most ways, no.
Yeah, a lot of these people trust our government, man. Our government, if our government just wanted to end your life right now, they wouldn't have to kill you. All they would have to do is spread all types of propaganda on you. Just like they do to like they did to the VTA people. All this propaganda.
If the government wants to kill you, you have to be a person of some kind of importance.
No.
It's going to make a difference in society if you're killed.
But that's what people fail to realize. They think you always have to be important. You could just know a lot. You could be an unimportant person, broke, poor, and speak the truth. And they're going to shut you down quick. And that's like what they did to the VTA people.
Now,
Me, myself,
I wouldn't say that hasn't happened. That's definitely happened.
Me, myself, I think personally that guy didn't commit suicide. They say he was staying in contact with the families, trying to console the families. And based on the fact that he was staying in contact, he was an inside man, of course. He worked there. He knows how the get down is. He was staying in contact with the families. The people at VTA got nervous, and they had to shut him down. They didn't want the information getting out, and they covered it up with suicide. But that's just my personal opinion.
Well, the dude set his house on fire before he left.
Oh, not that guy. Oh yeah, that guy set his house on fire. But who's to say they didn't set his house on fire?
And left a frying pan filled with bullets on the stove.
Right.
Heating up.
Right, and they say he had explosives. They said he had explosives, but do you really believe that? If there's a cover up, if you're behind making someone crazy to go enough and shoot 9 people and then shoot themselves, don't you got to cover up your own shit?
Well, I know the people who live in his immediate neighborhood believe it.
Of course they believe it. Of course they believe it. Of course they believe it. Of course they believe it, but do you honestly believe that he did that? You believe he set his house on fire?
Well,
and before he went and killed all those people, where he probably left lots and lots of evidence of his harassment?
When it all comes down to it, I wasn't there and I really don't know for sure.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to.
So I can't give you a definite,
Right, and that's completely understandable.
You know what I'm saying?
My reason for doing this is to, wake you up. Maybe you're not completely asleep. Maybe you've been maybe you've been wondering like, damn man, why are these people dying like this? Or maybe you've even been seeing a lot of one headlight vehicles out here. Vehicles with one headlight or one tail light. Those are triggers to make, people, what triggers do, right?
Yeah.